I've shared this thought about forgiveness before, but in the context of probably somebody else saying something about it or learning something about it. But this is something I essentially learned through an experience of someone else, where I realized how forgiveness works or should work. Now, this is, I'm trying to going to avoid the names and also even the gender in case the person is listening and they'll know who I'm talking about. Even if they know, I'm fine with it. I just don't want to know anybody who knows them knowing that I'm talking about it. There was a conversation, somebody I helped essentially work through some things, questioning them about, someone they were in a relationship with and something that happened that broke the trust. It was a big, big, big thing, trust factor. And then but that kind of helped them in the sense that, kind of put them on a journey to essentially go inwards instead of outwards, which is great. Like all tragedy, this is where the lesson is also is everything happens for a reason for us. It's a sequence. Whether we learn something out of it is up to us. If you start looking at it and understanding what is it teaching us, right? Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that the person was trying to forgive the other person and they thought they have, and I, based on the language and the way they were talking, I said, I don't think you really have forgiven. I think that kind of put a pause on their thought process and start questioning. And all of a sudden, I think they realized, okay, yeah, I didn't truly forgive. So I think that caught them to think, you know, through the process and whatever they came up with. And I saw a social media posting, essentially posting about not directly saying what happened, but talking about forgiveness is great, and then posting pictures, so on and so forth. I leave it at that. But basically, it bothered me on the wording, and I can at first didn't understand, and I immediately felt it like the person hasn't forgiven. They are talking and writing, but they haven't forgiven. That's the impression I got. And that's when it struck me. Forgiveness is, if you see or we see forgiveness as about other person, being good for the other person or doing something for the other person, then that's truly not forgiveness. Forgiveness is when we do it for ourselves, for truly ourselves. That's when that's true forgiveness. And that means it's not about other person anymore. It's about you. You're truly forgiving somebody so that it feels good for you. Because hating somebody, disliking somebody, or being angry on somebody is really truly poisoning ourselves, because the body keeps the score. If you haven't read that book, maybe read that book. The body keeps the score, so it's causing you injury. So any imbalance in the thought process between the body, mind, whatever, different cells in the body is going to affect our health. So truly, the forgiveness is about us. When we truly learn that, then we truly don't feel that we are doing it for someone else. And lastly, it doesn't mean if you're forgiving somebody, that means you still have to maintain the same type of essentially whatever relationship, friendship you had before. That's something I've learned, right? There's some limits that can be crossed. And once they're crossed, yeah, I don't have to like hate them, or I don't have to essentially be near them. But at the same time, I'm not going to hate them, forgive them, hey, love them, whatever. But move on. It doesn't fit in the value system. And if I did something to somebody, even if they forgive me, I wouldn't want to be in that same trusting relationship because I don't want to be constantly looked at as, hey, you did that, or reminding me like every so often when things don't work out, like, hey, I forgive you for that one. I forgave you for that one. Now you're doing this. Now you're indebted to me, right? Anyway, that's my feeling, right? Everybody has their own thing. But hey, if you differ differently than me about forgiveness, post your thoughts. Like in your thing, what did help you? If you have forgiven someone, truly forgiven someone. By the way, there's another tip about forgiveness. When you truly forgive and embrace and love another person, you're meditating, your meditation goes way higher. That's a cool trick, science wise, whatever was discovered, that you can go to Zen level meditation when you truly forgive whoever wronged you, right? If you still have that thought process. And sometimes those can come and go. I've seen it myself. I truly forgive somebody. And then sometimes things will come back like, oh, they'll do something that'll trigger something, right? Okay, all right. They're doing it again, kind of deal, right? Something like that. Anyway, the bottom line is forgiveness is for us. When I forgive somebody, it's for me, not for the other person, or doing a favor on another person, or thinking that I'm loving them beyond their, whatever faults, whatever trust they broke. Mainly it's about me. And I don't, at that point, then in my mind, there's nothing about them owing me anything for me to forgive them. That's the bottom line. Hey, let me know if I'm wrong.